Mahogany Talks.
Hello, Mahogany Talks. It's Kim and Denise.
Hey there.
On a road trip, just out here, living life and connecting with folks, connecting with Mahogany mates near and far. So we thought we'd just hop on and maybe just talk and just discuss a couple things.
Share updates, because so much has been going on with Mahogany mates. And of course, I'm driving, so I'm going to be looking mostly at the road. But yeah, Kim, so much momentum for Mahogany mates.
A lot of momentum.
Oh my gosh.
Exciting. We're so happy that people love this idea and people are gravitating to it because it's so important, and it's just such a simple thought and such an easy thing that that could really just change your life.
You know what I want to do? Because so Kim and I, we're on the road, we go to different places, and we have conversations with women, with men, married couples, singles. But Kim, one of the things I want to talk about is one of the conversations we had with a married man recently, talking about men and how open or not they are to joining something like Mahogany Mates. So we want to hear from our listeners, especially the black men over 50 who are single. So what is it that either gets you to be part of a community like Mahogany Mates, or you go, nope, not for me, not for me, not for me? We want to hear that, right? We want to know.
Yeah, we do, absolutely. I remember the gentleman you're talking about. His wife was with us as well, so we were all kind of just having this conversation. And what did he say? Did we get any insight?
Well, at first we thought it was a generational thing. We thought it was a 50 and over age group that was more reluctant to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm single. But he said it actually goes back. He remembers when he was in his 20s that men were reluctant. But I said, listen, we got to crack this code. Because I said, let's do a one-person focus group with the one black man.
Right.
Because I want to understand, black men who are listening, Kim and I want to understand, what is it? Because we want to say, yes, we do have black male minglers, we do. But we want to get more of you guys to understand what it is that we're trying to do and hoping to do to connect with you, black men. So help us understand that. Is it that, and one guy, this wasn't while we were on our road trip, this is another event I was at, and one guy said to me that he thought there was hesitation because of the stigma that's attached to single black men over 50. So what do you think about, have you heard that while you've been out and about?
Well, I remember at one of our events, this guy was hesitant to, that was back when we were doing the stickers. He was like, no, I don't want, nobody wants somebody that nobody has. And I'm like, what does that even mean? But that's part of, I think, that is part of what Mahogany Mates is doing too. We are a group of people that are just like leaning in and keeping it real. So maybe you're not a Mahogany Mate if that's still your mindset, that you're afraid to let people know that that you're single and you're 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 years old. Then maybe that's this isn't for you. We really want the people that are honest with themselves. I remember I was watching some other podcast and a guy said a lot of people are in denial about being single. They don't even know. They've forgotten what it is because they're running around with this one, running around with that one, and but really not connected with anybody. So maybe that we are really about leaning in. I know it's an overused phrase at this point, but really living our best lives and loving.
Especially at this age.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing.
And we're going to really be loving ourselves and the person that we find to go with. So better than we ever did before, because we're going to know more. We're going to just be honest and lean into it. So if somebody doesn't want to, if a lot of, we know it's a big country, and we know we will find the Mahogany men that really want to connect. I mean, we see them on TikTok, we see them on Instagram, we see them on all social media. So I know that
they're there.
We know that they're there.
Yeah.
And we know that
they need us. So we want us, and we lean into us.
And I think that they don't really get the concept as much as they could, because what we're doing is we're saying that if you see someone in our t-shirts, hats, carrying one of our bags, hoodies, whatever it is, even our carry-on bags or our shopping bags, whatever it is, we're saying that you won't get that normal rejection that you might have had a fear of getting before, because the women, the men that are involved in Mahogany Mates are very open, and we know you'll get a respectful response.
And you won't feel as vulnerable.
You don't have to, because you already know. If you're approaching somebody and you don't know if that person's whatever, if you have on our gear, then you're looking. Right. And we're not saying it's a slam dunk. We're not guaranteeing. No, we're not guaranteeing anything, but we are saying that you can be guaranteed a friendly hello, a respectful hi. You can confidently speak to somebody. Yeah. Even if you're in a situation where you're just trying to get your confidence back to, be out talking. Like, I love to say we're bringing Mackin back. But somebody said to me, some guy said to me, oh, we can, Mackin, you know what Mackin is? And I said, well, for me, Mackin just means, you have some lines, you have some conversation for people that you are attracted to. But they say Mackin meant, on the stroll, like stuff like that.
You said that at our comedy club introduction, and the crowd got into it though when you said that. Yeah, because I think people knew after the explanation of what Mahogany Mates was. I think they understood where I was going with it. And then someone else said something over the weekend. You remember when you said, "Oh, he can't pull her," or "She can't pull him. She cute, but she can't pull him." So it's all the same thing. Like you're just trying to kind of get in a conversation where you put yourself in front of somebody else and you're using all of it, your energy, your eyes, your words, your smile, everything. That's what I mean when I said we're bringing Mackin back and we're pulling people. So that's what I mean. Something else too that came up recently in one of our other outings. Oh, I know, when we did the interview a couple weeks ago. Shy people. Mahogany Mates is also helpful. If you're shy, if you're an introvert, and you're not as comfortable, I won't say confident, but comfortable going up to someone.
Too strange.
The visual cues that our apparel provide, or are, I should say, they're that conversation starter. That opening for anyone who's shy. Like, I'm a shy, people tell me now, like, no way. I'm a shy introvert. But so having Mahogany Mates apparel, having that option of not having to feel as vulnerable walking up to someone you don't know whether or not they're married or engaged or otherwise committed. Mahogany Mates breaks that down for you. We remove most of that fear of the unknown, because you don't know what they're gonna do or whether they're open.
Right. So I would agree with that. I remember we were talking to a woman, and she mentioned that like 4 times during the conversation. Because if you're shy, and I don't think about it. Like it depends where you come from, right? Because I'm not an extrovert, but I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not an introvert either. But I will talk to anybody. I'll talk to anybody about anything. Like, I'm that person that you're just out and then all of a sudden you're in a conversation with. That's me. But I get it that some people don't do that. So that it is a good way for an icebreaker. And you guys know I like to say it's an icebreaker. Like you can just right off the bat start talking.
So Kim and I, we talked about being out. So we were on Martha's Vineyard, and we, as you guys may or may not know, so we live in Massachusetts, and we spent a weekend in Martha's Vineyard getting Mahogany Mates out and about, introducing Mahogany Mates. And so much, Kim's opened up by saying we talked about how much positive energy and feedback and momentum. So much momentum for Mahogany Mates on Martha's Vineyard. Oh my gosh. We want to take this on the road. No, not we want to. We will. Okay, we're putting it out there for you listeners. We are primed and ready to take Mahogany Mates, Mahogany Talks. We want to do live interactions with our community. So if you know of places we can go, places we should be, let us know. We will, either one or both of us want to be there. So if you're in a major city, because people are asking us, so where are you guys? Like, where are we? Kim, you're good at it. Like, we're national.
Yeah, we are national, and I understand that people want to see us in their neighborhood, in their neck of the woods, like Al Roker says. But I like to say that, you know, Mahogany Mates allows you to create your own event. You don't have to wait for it. You know, if you go on our website, we do have a happening page where you can find out the happenings across the country where there's most likely to be a large, you know, turnout of black folks, over 50. But at the same time, just go to the food store, just go to the bank, just go anywhere.
Go to the website,
get your gear, go to the website, get your gear, and wear it. And once people get used to it across the country, in different little pockets of the country, they'll you know, this state, that state, everybody will kind of get the idea of what's going on and know what it means.
Yeah.
You know, so. But I do understand that people would like to, and we do want to do that. We do want to come, you know, travel a little bit and hold events.
We do. So that's what people are saying is what we need to do. We got the momentum, but we do need more visibility and more awareness. We know that this business has struck a chord, and it is so needed. Who are we talking to? I can't remember recently, and they were saying how there isn't a community. I can't remember where we were talking to when, but there is a need because the dating apps don't have stuff for us. We both tried dating apps, and I didn't see anything, which is how one of the reasons Mahogany Mates was born. And so maybe some of you listening to this, if you're single and over 50, maybe you tried dating apps. They're not for everyone. There are some success stories with dating apps. There are. We want Mahogany Mates. We want Mahogany Mates. We're going to turn out our own success stories for sure. Right. But we know that there are folks who want to have these visual cues so that they don't have to wonder and be scared and be fearful of rejection. Not that we're not saying, disclaimer, we're not saying rejection is not going to happen because you're wearing mahogany, because you're part of the Mahogany Mates community. We're not saying that because it could. But we reduce the percentage, I guess, of that.
Yeah, and also we reduce the percentage of you talking to someone that's not interested in connecting at all, or someone that's married, taken, or what have you, or just not, you know, like some people are single and they're happily single, as are we. We're happily single, but we're also anticipating great love affairs too. So. And I like to say that's you know, there's a couple of steps.
In about 10 miles, take exit 19A to merge onto Route 24 north toward Boston.
No, it's you know, the first step is to go on the website. You find out something that resonates with you as far as the gear, and then you wear it. And the third most important is the expectation of meeting somebody, you know. So that's that we're changing. We want to be positive, have a positive mindset and an outcome, because you can only get what you expect.